My name is Ian Walsh. This is the Moment Money Matters, Hard Money Bankers. Joined today with Francesca Ragucci from Francesca Ragucci Marketing. Can you elaborate on what LinkedIn, talk to me about LinkedIn and how to scale it as a business owner?
Okay, so the most valuable aspect of LinkedIn is number one, it's 100% professional. Out of all the social media platforms, yourself as a business owner, you're able to go on and just put your credibility out there. So when it comes to presentation, it's all about filling out every single part of your LinkedIn, your work history, having a cover profile, a nice updated headshot, as well as bios and where other individuals are able to find you. For example, say you're a real estate agent within a specific zip code. As opposed to putting that you're just a realtor at a Berkshire Hathaway, for example, put that you're a realtor in Chester County or Montgomery County. Always be specific because LinkedIn connects you to people based off of keywords. One of the most interesting parts whenever I bring a client on board or I'm just talking to someone in general about LinkedIn, especially a real estate agent, is they say their target client is everyone. And your target client is not everyone, because if it was everyone, you'd be working with everyone all over the nation or everyone who has an income from renting to $1,000 per month or $1 million+ property. And I'm sure that's not something that you spread yourself out to be.
Right.
You're a realtor who works with someone in specific zip codes, specific income level, specific job descriptions, and LinkedIn helps you narrow in on that. So if you're someone, you're at the point where you're figuring out who your target audience is, you're able to go in and search that on LinkedIn.
One thing I wanted to discuss that you were talking about was like the power and influence of digital marketing.
Right.
My take on it, and I'll speak from my perspective real quick on it, and then you can elaborate for sure. So I look at what I do is a lot of the people in my industry, they're used to doing mailers and billboards and so forth. That's where my industry comes from for the past 10 years. But then we had the internet, right? Well, what happens is people that are searching for people with equity in their homes and they're looking to find sellers and so forth they're mailing to baby boomers. They're mailing to people that their primary focus or direction of information is a TV, is a postcard, is the newspaper. That is going to change as we grow, right? That's not going to be how it's always going to be. At some point, your parents aren't going to be the people controlling the pockets of the country, and they're not going to be the people selling you houses. Who is it going to be? It's going to be millennials, and it's going to be the people in that capacity. And how do they get information? When's the last millennial that you talked to watch CNN? Like, it doesn't happen, right? Nobody watches TV. We all use digital social media to a lot of times get our news and our information moving forward. So working with somebody like you is extremely important if you're a business, because that is how you're going to get your leads over the next 10 years. It will transition out of that postcard phase and out of that newspaper phase. And if you don't start working with somebody like yourself and you're trying to figure it out 10 years from now, you've already lost the last 10 years to people like me or people like you that are doing it now. So can you elaborate on like digital content, social media marketing, and explain to people like how important that really is?
Yeah, so as you mentioned, today, everyone's on their phone. So if I had my phone next to me, I would hold it up. But all of our information, the way we communicate with one another, is translated through our phone. Whether you're emailing someone, you're messaging someone, or you're exchanging business overall, your phone is just easier because a lot of us are on the go all day and our phone is always attached to us. That's where you need to storytell. So creating a brand on social media is like building your reputation in a different place where people in your target demographic actually are. So like you were mentioning, oh, well, what if my target demographic is 70+-year-old? Great, 70+-year-olds are on social media, and if they're not, their children are on there because their children are the ones who make the decision, especially in the home buying and selling process. Knowing it from personal experience and just working with other clients, it's cost effective for you to invest your money in a source like Facebook advertising, LinkedIn, or develop that reputation that you had with your sphere offline. Maybe you met them at a networking event or you've been sending them postcards and you were able to develop them a nice relationship. There are millions of people on each of the social networks within your target area that you're able to connect with, and they're just one simple message away.
But I wanted to discuss a pretty important topic that everybody's fascinated by, and I've done a pretty good bit of research myself on it, which is Facebook advertising and Facebook marketing. So as the years go on, it is no joke how robust Facebook advertising gets. Like, they go deeper and deeper and deeper. I know enough to be dangerous, but not nearly as much as like what they can do in Facebook. I've seen some of the reports. I'm like, oh my gosh, like they know you. They really know you when they're trying to target you. They know everything about you. So it is what it is. Like, if you're on Facebook, you've already given into the privacy deal with it, right? So and
right.
They're not going to hide. Who cares? So as far as Facebook goes, though, can you elaborate on like some of the things that you've seen, some of the trends, some insights into Facebook marketing? Because I'm sure everybody wants to know more and more about that.
So first of all, you have to have a Facebook business page. You're a business owner. My primary target client are people within the home industry. You have to get people onto a business page. You have to create it because you're able to, one, put your location in, create your own tag, have your own Facebook page that's solely devoted to you. And a lot of you are on Facebook saying, okay, I want my business contacts in one place and I want my friends in another place. Your personal business page, though you say it's personal, your business is still blended into it. The pros of having a business page is you are allowed to see the analytics, you're able to run Facebook ads, you're able to target people in a more expansive way, and the capabilities of being on a business page is just endless and constantly growing for yourself in business. Every quarter, Facebook comes out with a brand new update. The most recent one was a messenger bot. So for example, you leave me a message on my Facebook page, you're able to get redirected into specific places on my website. So you're able to get helped out more. So having a business page really allows your business just to expand in different ways.
Guys, everybody kind of got from the prior interviews, we've understood at this point, some of the intricacies of a business owner needing, advertising for their business on social platforms and stuff. But in this series, so we do the moment money matters, which are those short clips of detailed information. And then the final one, which we call masters of the market, is really somebody who's intertwined in their market space, which is different than mine, and understanding where their market's headed, some of the trends in it, some of the things that people may not know about it. So, some of the things, I'll just tell you what I know in terms of where I see the social media going, and then you can just say, hey, this is where we see it going and so forth. So from the average person outside looking in, what I see is right now Facebook seems to be extremely stable. There's no up-and-comer that seems to be coming to take it over. Instagram has its own place in its own right it has like its own niche in terms of it's very picture-driven. It's certain businesses will probably benefit more in the Instagram space than others. LinkedIn is very professional in terms of the people you connect with. What do you see, like, where's the industry headed right now? Like, what are you excited for in the digital platform over the next, 5 years, call it, or a year or whatever?
So what I'm most excited for, and what's really going to flip all your businesses upside down, is augmented reality.
Okay.
So right now we'll talk about Snapchat, because that's where it's really growing more. On Snapchat, you're able to create what's called a Bitmoji. Now, everyone has a Bitmoji because it's a little cartoon character of yourself. On Snapchat, you're able to have your Bitmoji doing different actions. So for example, you're able to have it, work out, go shopping. Like, it has different functionality for it. But that's Snapchat simply testing that, one, people are engaging with it, they're having fun, they're enjoying it, and it works. Right, so now it seems a bit silly, but soon, and within the next couple of years, it's really going to take off. It's going to change the way people are looking for our property. It's going to change a lot of interaction over social media in general. Next, Facebook is becoming more and more video dominant. So for those of you who are a bit shyer on camera, that's okay, but soon, because there's articles that have been written about it, by, after 2020, Facebook predicts that it's going to be a video-only platform. So the only way you'll be able to use Facebook is by doing video. On Facebook and Instagram, the best way to gain engagement of your audience is by going live, and going live on a regular basis, whether it's to check in, answer questions, or to just talk about a topic of importance. Utilizing, your Bitmoji, going live, and the changes that social media kind of puts in front of you, those updates that happen, is really important because it's going to change the industry moving forward.
I like it. So augmented reality, I love it. So I love the idea of it. I remember watching maybe like 6 months or a year ago, Mark Zuckerberg did that presentation that said, this is the deal. What's that? You remember, you know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah.
F8, yep.
Yeah, F8, that's right. So, and when they showed a few things on the screen, it really makes sure, like at first you're like, who cares about a cartoon face, right? You're like, world changing. And then he was like, no, this is the beginning, because then you see where it's like, there was one example where he said, you can send somebody in your house, a program or whatever, that when they screen the phone in front of the refrigerator, there's a note only there that you can read, right? So it has those kind of functionalities, and you're like, whoa, I didn't even think about that. And it's like, that game Pokemon that everybody was playing, where it was like these things show up. I mean, that's a form of augmented reality that you're dabbling in. So as they go further and further with that, and actually, I just yesterday got the iPhone 10, right? And I was between that and a couple other cameras or a couple other phones, and I was like, they're saying this one has the most capability for augmented reality, and that was a huge deciding factor in me, because I wanted to have the most robust functionality for augmented reality. So. And once businesses understand how to truly tap into that, I mean, that is the future. And that's really interesting what you say about Facebook, because I actually remember a few years ago when I first got on, I was in my space, I was like one of the first guys that kind of just started doing a lot of videos. There was a lot of people doing videos, like at least locally in my market and so forth. And then now it's just, I'm white noise, right? Like everybody does videos.
No, not everyone. A lot of people do. More people should.
You're right, because it's the most engaging.
It's actually
when
rare.
It's fun. That's what people want, right? Nobody cares about that one still picture unless it's extremely funny for some reason.
Right.
Like, who cares? So, but that's really interesting. So you're in the front of augmented reality. Some people watching this are probably like Googling what the hell is augmented reality to begin with.
Just go on Snapchat.
Go on Snapchat, you'll figure it out. But if I want to stay in front of this kind of stuff, which is really good information, how do I get in contact with you, Francesca?
So the best way is go on my website, francescarugi.com, and I want you to scroll down to the bottom and get on my newsletter, because the newsletter will help bring you updates on what's going on within social media, so you're able to help understand it within your business, and also understand the process that you and I would go for if we were to work together.
That's perfect. And as everybody knows, Ian at hardmoneybankers.com. And we look forward to you guys contacting Francesca calling me and saying, I can't get my phone to stop ringing. So how about that? All right.
Awesome.
I appreciate your time. Thank you very much.
Thank you.